Hello and welcome to ABS News at Noon. My name is Ekwi Ajide. Certified sodium seeds worth over 150,000 naira have been disbursed to sodium farmers in 3 local government areas of the state under the Agricultural Transformation Agenda Support Program at TAPS 1, Adani Omo Crop Processing Zone. Agri-correspondent Ebeleze has more.
Certified sorghum seeds worth over 150,000 naira have been disbursed to sorghum farmers in the 3 local government areas of the state under the Agricultural Transformation Agenda Support Program at TASP1 Adani Omo Crop Processing Zone. The exercise, which took place in Oka, attracted sorghum farmers from Orumba South, Ayamelum, Anambra East local government areas and very few from Inyi under Udi Zone due to proximity. Speaking during the exercise, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Mechanization, Processing and Export, Mr. Mbanefo, said they are developing 400 hectares of land to back up their activities in sorghum value chain. Mr. Mbanefo noted that the state government targets to cultivate 1,000 hectares of sorghum this planting season, enjoin them to comply with the best planting practices in sorghum for high yields. He, however, advised them to form commodity groups that will be cluster-based and register with the ministry's database system to benefit from the intervention programs of both federal and state governments.
If I know Google, you're coming and at the back of your mind, you want to understand how you can make money in this thing. Yes. What is the best practice to plant this thing? 1. 2, after my best practice, what is the yield? How much will you buy this thing per kg?
In a remark, the Zonal Program Coordinator at TASP1, Mr. Romanus Egba, said they were commissioned to cultivate more sorghum because of the bumper harvest that was recorded last year. Mr. Egba, represented by the Zonal Outreach Specialist, Chief Emmanuel Ude, enjoined them to invest in sorghum, stating that it gives more money.
You can make a living through so many other ways, through working according to the value chain that we are introducing to you.
In a lecture titled Cost Benefits of Sorghum Production and Sorghum Crop Importance, a sorghum commodity specialist, Mr. Hakim Ajegbe, announced that they are going to back up sorghum farmers in the state with training in processing and provision of manual and motorized machines. Some of the beneficiaries, Mr. Chukwujeku Okoli from Orumba South, Mrs. Gloria Udemezuo from Ayamelum, and Mr. Roy Mba from Inyi in Oji River local government area of Enugu State, assured of judicious use of the certified seeds to achieve the state government's efforts in the sector.
Special grace of God, I'm going to cultivate. I have a zeal for it because I can see interest in it. I have developed my interest in it, and I must cultivate it.
And then you like that sorghum ideal. I want to speak I can government, I can acquire tabs. If one man can find a meline.
I have cassava farm, vitamin A farm, and I have 1 full hectare. I'm going to do sorghum. It's short term, it's both food and industrial crop, so it widens my income portfolio.
This is 4 kg of certified sorghum seed for a hectare, for half a hectare of land. It is very nutritious, very lucrative, and a short term. From the office of the Agricultural Transformation Agenda Support Program at TAPS1, Omo Crop Processing Zone, Oka, Ebele reporting for ABS News.
Some students of Notre Dame High School, Abatete in Idemili North local government area, who distinguished themselves in both curricular and non-curricular activities, have received cash award from Abatete Development Union. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike, who was part of the school's morning assembly where the event took place, now reports.
Notre Dame High School, Abatete, Idemili North local government area, rolled out their drums in celebration of cash award given to students who distinguished themselves in different core subjects and sporting activities. The President General of Abatete Development Union, Chief Moses Chukwuka, on behalf of the community, made the presentations during the maiden edition of the Encouragement Cash Award program held at the school premises The award, which will be an annual event, is a collaborative effort of illustrious sons of the communities to ensure that the students remain in the right track of securing a brighter future, cutting across the top 3 best performing houses during the year's inter-house competition, and to other students for their individual performance in core subjects. Presenting the cash awards to the students, Chief Chukwuka noted that the gesture, which is an initiative of the Star Union, seeks to reward outstanding students of the communities in the area of education to increase the interest of the young people in education. The Abatete President General appreciated the illustrious sons of the community for their desire in promoting the living standards of the less privileged persons in the area, praying God to continue to bless them.
I want the students to benefit from this encouragement from the Old Boys Association. More of them are coming with more awards. It's not that this one was within 1 month. By next year, we will see a lot of awards. Let them spend their time studying and benefit from these awards. You can see a father collecting 3 awards for his children.
Contributing, a philanthropist in the community, Deacon Charles Ubiwanebo, described the awards as well deserved as it will eliminate the students' phobia of reading, calling on politicians to invest in community development with the aim of reducing some challenges faced by members of their community. The principal of the school, Mr. Chukwuemeka Omariku, acknowledged the massive turnaround recorded by the school and thanked the community for the overwhelming support, urging them not to relent, as no stone should be left unturned to ensure that the students compete favorably with their contemporaries all over the world.
This school will come back to this school. The effort of the effort as a result of the effort of this school. So I'm thanking them and also encourage to advise my students to leave their route, to be serious whatever they are doing.
In a vote of thanks on behalf of the students, the best student in chemistry and physics, Tochukwu Ezewamadi, expressed gratitude for the gesture and assured that the prize remains a stepping stone to greater prospects they will achieve for the community.
I thank our staff. They also contributed greatly to this prize giving. And I also have some advice for you students present here. I want this prize giving to serve as an encouragement for you, to you all, to read harder, so that one day many of you will also be called out in front of a large audience to receive prizes.
Presentation of cash awards to the best students and houses that emerged winner during the inter-house competition of the school were the high points of the event. From Abatete in the Idemili North local government area, Chibuzo Obidiki, ABS News.
As from July 23, any vehicle plying Anambra State roads without roadworthiness certificate issued after due computerized motor vehicle inspection will be impounded, fined, or face prosecution. ABS correspondent David Okwasale has more.
As from July 23, any vehicle plying Anambra State roads without roadworthiness certificate issued after due computerized motor vehicle inspection will be impounded, fined, or face prosecution. This message from the Colonel of the State Internal Revenue Service and the Ministry of Road, Rail and Water Transportation as they embarked on a roadshow to sensitize vehicle owners in Awka and Nnewi on the importance of their size. The computerized motor vehicle inspection and vehicle documents inspection, which started across the 42 licensing offices in the state on Monday, July 2, 2018, will cover private and commercial cars, buses, motorcycles, tricycles, heavy-duty trucks, tippers, lorries, trailers, and luxury buses. The roadshow carried out by the Vehicle Inspection Office VIO was in major cities of Awka, including Ezozo, Aroma, Unizik and Porter Junctions, and Zix Avenue, as well as major roads in Nnewi, to educate vehicle owners and other road users on the importance of the verification exercise to ensure greater sanity, uniformity and harmonization in the motor vehicle documentation system in the state, and also eliminate all forms of bottlenecks caused by multiple sources of vehicle documents issuance. Expatiating more on the importance of the exercise, the head of Vehicle Inspection Office, Mr. Christopher Keke, informed the ABS that the new process will go a long way in curbing car theft, as the data of all vehicles plying the state will now be logged in a single database and therefore will make it easier for tracking. He assured that with the state-of-the-art facilities in the state for the computerized verification, it will only take minutes for the verification to be completed.
Lives cannot be placed monetary value upon. Nobody's life can be measured in terms of money. So we shouldn't always be concerned about money first. Let's do the right thing. Make sure that our vehicles are roadworthy. Ensure that we do routine maintenance, preventive maintenance most of the time. Not just allowing our vehicles to break down before we take them to mechanic. No. The way we do check ourselves is the same way we should check the health status of our vehicle. It is very, very important so that we have a safe road.
At Unizik Junction, where the VIO boss interacted with some bus drivers and car owners, he assured them that his office will facilitate a process that will make it easier for vehicles in parks to carry out the exercise seamlessly. In Oka, this is David Okwase reporting, PBS News.
Anambra State government says it will not compromise but will rather sustain or further improve the current security situation in the state. The report is taken from our studio.
Governor Obiano, represented by the Commissioner for Water and Rail Transport, Mr. Uchenna Okafor, said that the project is strategic in the commercial city and was before now a flashpoint for robbers and other nefarious activities, noting that the present administration will ensure proactive steps in adding value to the society. He disclosed that the project was executed in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Works, Housing and Power, under the public-private partnership. He said the second phase of the project will soon commence with the construction of bus stop on the two wings of the highway, expressing happiness that the project will, among others, sanitize the state, ensure free flow of traffic in the area, as well as reduce the tide of environmental hazards.
Today, Anambra State is regarded as the safest state in Nigeria. And in our pitch not to compromise our security, we are not leaving any store of to make sure that we maintain the status quo, because in the fear of the demand, whenever you're winning any war, the only strategy is for you to maintain momentum.
Earlier, the director, ANISPA, Barrister Amobi Fedora, while commending the executor and the Idemili North Council boss, Barrister Rafun Nabife, for the conviction and determination in transforming the area, said the agency mandate of investment in the state. Barrister Amobi urged citizenry to come up with business ideas that will benefit the state.
All determination, all spirit, all conviction, where the idea is in any culture of a transform. The and the last
in a remark, the legal advisor to the executors, Barrister Augustine Aneke, who disclosed that the project was expended at the cost of 39,303,000 naira, was completed within 120 days.
And before now, this government let all these parties
Speaking to the ABS, the Idemili North Council boss, Barrister Rafun Nabife, explained that the initiative of conversion of waste to wealth was to displace criminals, address traffic challenge in the area, among others. He maintained that the construction of business park has added a new look and value to the state.
This time, if you look at this place, you will not believe you can turn it around. And today, it has given us the opportunity to turn it around.
A cross-section of respondents who spoke on the project commended Barrister Rafun Nabife, describing the project as a welcome development that will boost the state revenue profile. The event was attended by market leaders, stakeholders, as well as APGA members. Cutting of tape formed the highlights of the event.
This project for overriding public interest and for the good and welfare and social status of the Anambra. May God elevate it.
For the Nakan World, sir. ABS News.
A group of Ebonyi indigenes resident in Oka have eulogized Governor Willie Obiano for naming Queen Suite Hotel to Pactonia Hotel area as the new Abakaliki Street. Correspondent Queen and Borgo completes the story.
A group of Ebonyi indigenes resident in Oka have eulogized Governor Willie Obiano for naming Queen Suite Hotel to Pactonia Hotel area as the new Abakaliki Street. Speaking to the press, the leader of the group, Ms. Obaga Nchinguda, expressed joy over the new area named after Abakaliki, saying that the place is well located and accessible. For Ignatius Eke, another member of the group, the new Abakaliki Street is far more better than the former one and called on Ndebonyi to reason with Governor Obiano.
When you look at the place now, it is very close to the express, and to witness it is more better than on the other side before. We are now here now to thank the Governor. It is all the workers who are proving this new street for me. Thank you very much.
In his remark, another Ebonyi indigene, Mr. Godwin Eze, asked all aggrieved indigenes of Ebonyi State to calm down, noting that mere renaming of a street is not enough to cause friction between Ndi Anambra and Ndi Ebonyi.
I think we're in street or no street again. Governor Willie Obiano, no new street, which is the Abakaliki Street. Name of what don't we go for this street again?
Contributing, a female member of the group, Ms. Chinelo Okafor, said the former Abakaliki Street is derogatory to Ndi Abakaliki because of the rate of immoral acts going on in the area.
We have to thank our the governor of Anambra State, for the new naming of Abakaliki Street. We like it and we appreciate it. We are saying thanks, big thanks to Abakaliki.
Mixed reactions have trailed the just concluded Ezeowelle Town Union General elections. We'll have the report.
Mixed reactions have trailed the just concluded Ezeowelle Town Union's general elections. While some applauded the poll, another group said it was a charade, calling for its cancellation. The group led by Chief Felix Okafor, Bonaventure Egogbata, made their stand known during a media briefing in Oka. A member of the Lagos branch of the community, Mr. Bonaventure Egogbata, lamented that the incumbent President General of the community was re-elected amidst protests by a cross-section of the people, who insisted on the participation of every adults in the exercise, regretting that delegate system was used where only a handful of people voted.
There is an urgent call for government to interfere, because if we allow the present electoral college or process to continue, he will throw himself into power. People were crying, say no, because during his time of rulership, there is no accountability. There was threat to life. Even in my house, I can't go to my house because there are so many thieves vandalizing papers, and when you cry to PG, he said he's handicapped, there's nothing he can do.
For his part, one of the contenders to the President General's stool, Engineer Emeka Akukwe, said there were so many irregularities and pronounced anomalies, including alleged importation of certain category of people to participate in an election which ordinarily should be on a one-man, one-vote basis, as was earlier agitated for.
My first assignment for this community when I came was the construction of this particular program. And at the time this issue came up, 2 minutes, what to me?
Also speaking, Chief Felix Okafor alleged that the leadership of the town has imposed a high burial levy on every bereaved family in the area before they could commence the funeral arrangements of their loved ones.
The people were outside. If obodo na-ekwu that kafa jila aka fa general wepụta onye ya achịfa ka ha jila aka ha wepụta onye ya achịfa na ha chọrọ delegate maka na n'ime ya onwere onye bụ ngwụrọ ọsọsọ ngwụrọ ka ya sị mmadụ je gotara ife.
Mr. Isi Monwabweze, who came home from Kaduna, narrated his ordeal on the alleged high-handedness.
na yo government gbasara obodo abuna sirapo ka ato vote ka individuals bụ ndụ obodo ezi owele to vote to select ya onye facho ka we nwe ike were opta ezigbo mmadụ ya achi anyị.
The government representative at the election, Mr. Ifani Ukachukwu, noted that the election was supervised by the ministry in line with Eziowele Community Constitution. Barrister Titus Akpudo was the re-elected President General of the community. He advised all aggrieved members of the community to sheath their swords and join hands with him to move their community forward.
Ahead. We will keep on marching on. What I'm doing today for the community is because of the love and passion I have for them. To be sincere, it requires a lot of commitment. For one, it requires a lot of commitment, dedication for you to accomplish all these things. So I will not stop here. Definitely, I must listen to all groups, find a way, to balance the situation.
The traditional ruler of Eziowele, Igwe Michael Okonkwo, had earlier advised any aggrieved person or group to wait till next convention in October this year to request for any change or amendment in the constitution.
Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has announced a nationwide protest slated for July 11 to protest the unending killings across the country. It called on all peace-loving Nigerians with value and sanctity for human life to join the protest. CAN President Reverend Samson Ayokunle, in a statement, said the planned protest is aimed at impressing on the government the need to stop the unprecedented killings. He said the nationwide protest became necessary owing to the failure of the country's security agencies to stem the negative tide of mass killings sweeping the nation. Reverend Ayokunle declared also that a 3-day nationwide fasting and prayer exercise scheduled between 9 to 11 July should precede the planned protest and called on all Christians in the country and in the diaspora to participate in the 3-day prayer and fasting program for God to end all the senseless, unwarranted, and selected killings in the country. He said all the National Executive Committee's members of CAN, the church and denominational leaders, have been invited to participate in the peaceful protest to both the National Assembly and the State House of Assembly to impress on the government to see the need to effectively stop the unprecedented killings. CAN has also directed its leadership at the state and local government levels to organize the same peaceful protest to the government house and local government headquarters, respectively, on 11th July. Meanwhile, CAN has described the statement attributed to presidency that it was better for citizens to give lands for cattle colonies than be killed in the recurrent farmers clashes as impossible. It called on all well-meaning Nigerians to rise up and speak against such position, saying that those who use violence to take away what belongs to others are unfit to be called humans. It expressed worry that the government can come out clearly to state that people under the threat of herdsmen's killings must surrender their lands for ranching or continue to be killed. Reports say a series of explosions at the fireworks depot in Mexico has killed at least 24 people and injured more than 40 others. The biggest blast took place as emergency responders arrived at the scene in the town of Tultepec. Authorities said 4 firefighters and 5 police were casualties in the blast, as well as a minor. The town, about 30 kilometers from Mexico City, is known as the country's pyrotechnic capital. According to the report, a market in the town has twice been badly damaged by explosions, and more than 40 people died in blasts there in 2016. Tultepec hosts Mexico's national pyrotechnics festival each year. The state of Mexico's Interior Minister, Alejandro Ozuna, called for an exhaustive review of all the workshops permits after the blast, saying that the manufacturing must be regulated for the people's safety. Just before we go, remember that you can follow ABS News and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com, at www.facebook.com/ABSRadioTelevision, following us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV. And that has been the News at Noon, produced by Monique Okechuku. My name is Ekwi Ajide, and from all of us here, have a pleasant day.